Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2000, it's a Honda CRV. The problem we have with this one is that it's leaking motor oil down the front of the engine, so when it gets hot it starts to smoke like mad. You always have that burning smell. So what's happening is the valve cover itself is leaking through that gasket, so we're going to take the cover off the vehicle and we're going to change the valve cover itself as well as the spark plug tube seals also. The seals are not leaking, but once you have the valve cover off the car, you want to definitely change them, because a very common problem with this car is that it does start to leak oil down inside the spark plug tubes, and then it causes a misfire in the engine. So if we have the cover off, we're going to change those at the same time. So all right, let me bring you in there. I'm going to show you what to do, and then we're going to do it. All right, basically what we're going to do is, if you look underneath here, you'll see that's where the leak is coming from. You can see all that oil running down the front of the engine. And being that it's getting warm outside now, it smokes pretty bad. So we are going to change the valve cover. And the way you're going to do that is basically just take out all of these 10mm screws that you see around in here. And we're going to take this cover off the car, and we're going to change the gasket. And we're going to take all of these tubes here back out of the way here. We're going to remove the PCV valve, and we're going to relocate these wires. Now, when I said about the spark plug tubes leaking oil, when you take this out, a lot of times you'll see oil down inside that hole right there where your spark plug is. The oil gets on the wire, gets up inside the wire, and creates a short and misfire in that cylinder. That's not the case in this one. The seals are not leaking, but we are going to replace them anyway. So, all right, let me grab some tools and let's get set up, and let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is you're going to take out each one of these plug wires out of here first. I'm going to tell you, put a mark on them so you know which one is which. Just in case you have a mistake later on, you'll know which one is which. I normally just put a line for number 1. Here I'll do number 2, which is 2 lines. Obviously number 3. And the last one, of course, is number 4. Now when you take these plug wires out, don't just pull them. Give them a little twist first and then pull them out so you don't destroy them. Same thing here. Twist it and then pull it. And we're just going to relocate these wires off to the side right now. Now we have them marked, so it doesn't really matter if we take them off like this and put them off to the side. All right? Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove all of these 10mm bolts that you see in here. Now we are going to take this cover off here so we can gain access to the screws that are underneath this. Alright, keep that thought. I'll be right back. Okay, and then once you get this off, just pull this out of the way, relocate this off to the side out of the way, and then we'll take out these screws in the back of the valve cover right here. careful, don't drop them. You don't want them falling down into the spark plug tubes. We're going to take this to the side for now. Pull this out of the valve cover, put that off to the side for now. Take that little clamp, pull this clamp back and out of the way, like that. And then we're just going to take these little, put it back like that. There's little pieces like this, we'll take them out. The way you do that is just get underneath here with the screwdriver, you pop them right up, like this. And now that you have all of these screws out of here, now you can just lift the cover up. And we'll try to get it out. Okay, we'll need to just take out that little screw in the back right there so we can get the cover past that bracket. Okay, and then we can lift this cover up and out of here. Okay, and these are the seals I was telling you about with the spark plug tubes. We're going to change them, and obviously we're going to change this gasket right here too. Okay, we're going to take this over to the machine and we're going to clean it up a little bit, and we're going to come in here with a scraper. We're going to come in here with a scraper and we're going to clean this up here, just like this, to get all of that material out of there. So we'll clean this all up, and then we'll come right back. Okay, and then you take these seals out. You just get underneath here with a screwdriver or a scribe or anything that you can get in here so you can pull these seals out like this. We're just going to clean it out right here where the seals are going to go. And the reason I'm cleaning this out is because the cleaning solution from the machine got in here. Okay. And the new seals, they just go on here like this, and you push them in. There's a little lip right inside so you can't make a mistake. Okay. And we're going to lay our gasket in here. Okay. Goes in there just like that. Now, this gasket, when you turn it upside down, it may fall out. Matter of fact, it probably will fall out. So, what I normally do, lay it in there just like that, and then I use an adhesive to hold that gasket in place. Now you know the direction it's going to go, so I'm just going to lift this out of here, and I'm going to put a little bit in each one of the, in here just like this. I'm going to put our gasket back in here like this. And we'll let it dry a little bit. We're going to do the same thing on the other end now. Now we'll put our gasket back in where it belongs. Just like that. Okay, now before we go any further, we're going to let this dry a little bit, and then we'll come back and we're going to put it back on the car. So let's let it dry and then we'll come right back. Okay, now before we put that cover back in, every place here that you have this journal right here, where you see it goes around the top like this, you need to put a little bead of silicone right here on every one of these where the camshaft is. If you don't put a bead of silicone on here, you're going to wind up with an oil leak through right in that little spot right there. So a bead of silicone on each one of those little spots right there where the cam goes through. All right? So we're going to do that, and then we'll put the cover back on. Doesn't have to be a lot, just make sure it goes into that groove right there. Okay, that little bit of silicone is the most important part of this whole job. Without that silicone, you're going to have a leak. All right, so now we have everything cleaned off here where the valve cover is going to go back on. Our cover is going to get laid back in and we'll bolt it down. we made sure that that didn't, that gasket didn't come out because we had that silicone in there. And now we can put those nuts back on. We're going to get everything caught by hand first before we do anything here. Now we may have to take these back off to put the brackets back on, but we're going to tighten it all down first. Okay, now we just go around evenly and tighten everything down. I always start from the middle and work my way out. Okay, now that we have everything snug down, now we can tighten it the rest of the way down. And you'll feel when it's down all the way, because it won't turn anymore, it just bottoms out. And we'll just go over them just to make sure. Nice and tight. Okay, now we're going to put our bracket back on. Okay, so now everything there is tight. Put our PCV valve back in here, like this. Slide this hose back on where it belongs. Put this clamp back up here where it belongs. And we'll put this back over here where it belongs. We'll take our wires that we previously took off and lay them back in. Remember, we marked each one of them so they know where they belong. Okay, so all our wires now are back where they belong. Last, we're going to put this cover back on over here. Goes over the top, like this. And then we're going to catch all of these bolts back in here. Catch them all in by hand before you tighten anything else up. And last, we're going to put this bolt back in here. All right, let's get this out of here. Okay, let me just go over a couple things with you here just to make sure. All right, so now we have the valve cover back in. We have all of the bolts tight that hold the cover in place. We made sure that the PCV is back in. The hose is reconnected. All the spark plugs are back in the spark plug tubes. All of the bolts are tight. Actually, you know what? I forgot to put that ground strap back on there, so I'm going to put that ground strap back on. Our cover is on here, on the top of the air intake here. All the bolts are tight, and that's it. We made sure we put that silicone down on the corners right there, so it's sealed nice and nice seal. And that's it. We're all done. All right, I'm just going to reattach that ground strap, and then we'll be all set. Okay, now we're all set. All right, so ground strap's back on, and our bolt back over here is tight also for this holder that holds the this power steering hose out of the way. All right, that's it, all done. All right, we're going to start it up, let it run for a little bit, make sure there's no leaks, and then this vehicle's out the door and on to the next one. All right, as always, thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, send me an email. Be more than happy to talk to anybody about anything. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.